G'day guys, how's it going? So, today we got something cool to play with. So, I picked up these for my dad today. We're going to be scrapping and pulling out his 240 amp hour flooded lead acids. They're Yuasa, they're Yuasa X240s, so they're floodeds. And here we have 12 valve regulated lead acids, Yuasa 100 amp hours, and that's at an 8-hour rate. So normally batteries are tested at a 20-hour rate, these are tested at an 8-hour rate. So what I'm doing here is charging them all up. Most of them are from 2011 to 2013 in storage servers. That one's a bit faded because it was up on top of the mezzanine, up on top of the pallet. That was the highest one, so the sun's got that one a little bit. But these have all been previously tested. We've got 113, 92, 99, 99, 90, 100, 90, 111, 120, 87, but I don't believe it, 113, 112. So what I'm going to do is test them myself. Once I've tested them myself, I will be writing the capacities on them, matching them in pairs because we're going 24 volt for Dad's new system. And when they're in 24 volt pairs, I'll take them over to his place and we'll pull his pack out and put this pack in. So theoretically there's 600 amp hours at 24 volts. Yeah, this is the current setup. So what I'm doing at the moment is that's charged. That one's doing a quick discharge test. So we're just using an inverter, a watt hour meter. We're using 108, 109 watts at the moment. We put 11 amp hours out of this one so far. This one's charged and hasn't been started discharging. Seagulls are really loud, hope that's not annoying. We've got the D6 dual charger currently charging this battery and this battery. So that battery's channel 2, that battery's channel 1. They're both pretty much full in the 14.4 and 14.5 range. We put 12 amp hours into this battery and we put a couple hundred milliamp hours into this one so far. That battery charger's not plugged in anymore, so that one's actually not charging. So I've got a constant source of dummy load batteries because I only just came off a job site where I've had power all day, and all my normal batteries are charged. We're using these 18 volt Milwaukee batteries to charge up a couple of these batteries. We're using the antimatter to do that. I was going to use the antimatter to do discharge tests. We might still, just because we've got 12 batteries to get through pretty quick, but we can do about 200 watts on that one, so that's still like 5 hours. Yeah, I might have to use the antimatter as well. Time's a little bit of a thing. I don't really want to leave them on the truck because no doubt I'll need the truck at some stage soon. And yeah, we're just going to work our way across the board. I was using those two battery chargers to charge batteries off the inverter, but then yeah, I found I had a few flat 12 volt ones, so we started feeding them onto the charger. So at the end of this test, I will have a watt hour and amp hour reading to right there, so then we can go through and pair them up. So these are 40 kilos each, so we've got 480 kilos of batteries sitting on the back of here, and I purchased these today for $1,200. So $1 an amp hour ish. Some are 90s, 99s, some are 112s. That one says 120. So yeah, is what it is. We're going to say somewhere in the order of 1200 amp hour at 12 volts. So I don't know how high the output readings on this one go. I don't have a big thick enough pair of leads really to go all that high, but I can do 15 amps out of this one. I think 15 amps is actually the maximum, but on DC source power, you probably go higher in voltage, like in 6S or something like that. So that's where your 650 watts comes from. So 15 amps is about the maximum. And realistically, we don't want to shock these things crazily into life. We want to kind of just wake them up, get them going, and away we go. So still pulling 70 watts out of that one. 203 watts was the peak, and we're at 11.5 amp hours. 138 watts. So I like discharging that way. Can be a little bit slow. I'm only using my supercharger because my multi-bay is not here, it's at my other house, and that one uses less power than this one does, so yeah, we want to pull a bit of power, and at some stage we'll be able to make it fairly autonomous because we'll be able to drop a couple of these on the 6-bay and just let it discharge. So I'm going to go and blow all the weeds and leaves away out the front and flatten a few more batteries. Probably put that on there actually. But that's, what's an 8 amp? It's 120, 144 watt hours. Plus losses, that will give you nearly 200 watt hours by the time you run the fan and the charger and all that on the supercharger. So, yeah. I'll hopefully have an update for you on some of these batteries in the next couple of hours. Hopefully that one will have in the next couple of hours after this video goes up. We should have a follow-up video pretty quickly. So, working on it. I'll talk to you soon. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.